Here we have absolute value equations. What is this? Well, absolute value. That just means, literally, it means the distance from 0. That's really what it means. So like a little short example would be like the absolute value of -3. Well, that's going to be how far away is 3 from 0. So here's 0. I have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3 in the negative direction. And the absolute value of -3 is 1, 2, 3 units away from 0. So absolute value of 3 equals 3. That's all it means. It takes positive a short way. No, that's a bell. Sorry, just bell. All right. A short way of thinking of it, or a different way of thinking of it, an easy way of thinking of it, is like this. I'll say it. The first rule is absolute value bars. That's absolute value bars. Those are the bars, like they're kind of like parentheses, but you don't treat them like parentheses. So it's different. How different? You can't distribute inside absolute value. So be careful of that. You cannot distribute inside absolute value. I think I'll write that eventually. So absolute value bars take negative numbers and they make them positive numbers. That's easy. And absolute value bars don't do anything whatsoever to positive numbers. So if I say, like, if I have the absolute value of 47, well, that's a positive 47, so that's just 47. Note that, negative 36, well, no. The absolute value of 36, it doesn't change the sign for positive numbers. So that does not equal negative 36. So that's a no. Yeah, there you go. For absolute value bars take negative numbers. It takes negative numbers and makes them positive. It does nothing to positive numbers already. Okay, but we're just talking about absolute value. What about the equations part? What about the equation? I tell you about the equations part. Let's have a look-see. Clever girl. Okay. All right. Solve the absolute value of 2x equals 48. What are we going to do here? Here are the steps for this. For these simple ones, what you're going to do is you're going to make two equations. So if you make two equations, you can have one that's 2x equals 48. So that's the first equation. And then the second equation is going to be 2x equals negative 48. Because the absolute value is just talking about the distance from 0. So if this thing was negative 48, it would come out as a regular 48. So it's also okay to be negative 48. We'll see. We'll solve this. Hopefully this is easy. Here you just divide by 2. We know how to do that. And you get x equals what, 24? Okay. And then, you do the same thing over here. And you get, x equals negative 24. Negative. Why you get two answers? So your answers here are both of these. But let's check. Let's check. Let's check. How do you check? You plug it back in. So I will have, let's check this one first. I will have the absolute value of 2. Instead of timesing by x, I'm plugging in a 24. Or 24. And let's see what that equals. Hopefully it's equal to 48. Well, 2 times 24 is 48. And then the absolute value of 48 is just regular 48. We saw that. 48 equals 48. We know we did it right. That's the check. But what if we have the negative 24? Well, look what happens. We have 2 times the negative 24. And let's see if that equals 48. This is an easy equation. 2 times negative 24 is negative 48. with the absolute value, but the absolute value makes it into a positive 48. So it still works. That's why you had to make two equations. Because when you have a negative 48 in there, it turns to a positive 48. That's why we set equal to negative 48 also. Because negative 48 on the inside is still okay. And there we go. That's how you do this. You make two equations. Let's try another one before I write down the steps. Let's try a little bit more complicated one. Okay. Here's something that's a little bit different. We have something on the inside here. Here we only had multiplication. Okay, that's okay. And we have minus 11 on the outside. Here we don't have anything on the outside, there or there. So we gotta do something a little bit different, you know? We gotta do a little tiny bit different, okay? So let's solve this. The first thing that I have to do is get the absolute value by itself. Let's isolate the absolute value. So plus 11 plus 11. Okay, then what do I have? I have the absolute value of y plus 6. I moved the 11 over, so that goes away. So now it's just equals. And what's it equal to? M and D. That's 13. Yeah, that's 13. Is it? 11, 12, 13. Yes. Okay, so we got 13 over here. Now it kind of looks like our previous problem. So let's M and D. I know. All right. What do you want to do? Make two equations. Okay. So we make two equations. One of them is the normal one, y plus 6 equals 13. And then the other equation is y plus 6 equals negative 13. Because if we have a negative 13 on the inside, it'll come out to be a positive 13. So let's solve each of them. Minus 6, y equals 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. 7. And you think maybe it equals negative 7? But it doesn't. It doesn't. Oh, it's tricky. Minus 6. And you get y equals, oh, these are both negative. We add them. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Negative 19. Oh, look at that. You get you don't get 7 and negative 7. So you gotta work it out every time. All right, let's write the steps down and then call it a day or night or whenever it's a day. Call it just the same. Okay. Step 1, get the absolute value by itself. That's what we did here. We added the 11 over so that the absolute value is by itself on one side of the equation. Maybe I'll add that. Okay. Step number 2, what did we do? Well, after the absolute value was by itself, you make two equations. Okay, make two equations. One with a positive answer, one with a negative answer. Okay. It's not really the answer, but one with a positive right side. Maybe I should say positive number. Positive number. Yeah, I'll change that. One with a positive number, one with a negative number, and it's always the isolated number. So there we go. Get the absolute value by itself on one side of the equation. Make two equations, one with a positive number on the right, one with a negative number on the right. That's what we did right here, right? Because that number was negative and then positive. Same with this one. Positive and then negative. And then the last step was to solve each equation. That's easy. So there you go. That's all the steps. Write it down. Okay. Bye.